The songs represent fire for me, Mlilo, which is the royal flame of God. We also know God being the fire. You know, the Bible says that Mlilo kaJehova uyashisa emathambeni. You know, he's a consuming fire. He's like fire in my bones. Molo wa Modimo o masapong o marapong. So this song, I said, I wrote it sometime last year. It was a whole, actually Toba, Still Storm, this one, Royal Flame, and Imfuyo Yezizwe. They came in the same season, you know. So Royal Flame, actually, I wrote it, as I always say that, as I always write most of the time in Zulu, Swahili, in English, and Sesotho, yeah. And it's as if I knew. For me, it was easier to say Sotho than French. Sometimes I will try it because it's still difficult to learn French, but I'm getting there because as I always listen to the French music and learning the language itself. So this song, actually, it represents that, the fire of God. God is a consuming fire, you know. We know of how fire would come down from heaven. You know, he is a consuming fire. So which means he burns. He God's wrath. The Bible says he's got wrath. His wrath is like smoke out of his nostrils. So these two songs actually represent that. It's a people or person who don't want to remain cold. The Bible says, decide, are you cold or hot? You can't be in the middle. So I always say, you know, some people prefer to be hot burning. I would also choose to be what? To be cold. You know, because sometimes you need that, you know, in life. Sometimes it helps you to remain steady when you are in the cold. But these songs, they represent that. That's why Shisa Mlilo, and which is Molapo Bophelo. So that it represents someone who says, I'm not willing to stay in a place where it's stagnant, and anything that is not, like now, you look at the leaves, they are very dry. You know, winter is time to burn out the old so that the new can grow. So the songs, they actually represent that, but they represent the symbol that God is a consuming fire. He is. We see that symbol a lot in the Bible. We also know of Elijah, who actually, he showed which God is a consuming fire. He said, put on water on your you know, and he even laughed at them. He says, where's your God? And the Bible says they started cutting themselves, and he just spoke one word, and fire came down from heaven and consumed, you know, what was on the ground. So this is a representation of that. Mlilo qothulayo is wakotula, you know. So it represents that, to say, may the fire of God burn. You know, my favorite verse is let the fire of God burn towards me, you know, because in that I am able to conquer what the enemy brings towards me. You know, I can overcome, knowing that God will burn anything that is not of him, that is not like him, and he will consume it into ashes, and out of the ashes definitely we rise like phoenixes, as the saying goes. All right, so that is, I hope when everyone listens to that, they can get that while they are dancing. They get the message that you have been clothed with the fire like gold. You went through it. So whatever situations that you've gone through, you come out purified and stronger and shinier